Okay, try and get a shot of the speedo here. So we got 87% battery, 530 miles on the clock. You can see my trip is at 10.6. That's about my daily commute from home to work. Here's a shot of the bike itself. You can see it's a bit dirty. It does need to be washed. I use it, so here you go. It's seen some playtime, and I'm loving it so far. Hopefully I'm getting a whole picture of the entire bike here. Still learning the helmet camera because I just moved it to my helmet yesterday from a chest mount previously. But there you have it. A little bit above the 500 mile mark. So I think it's okay to talk about the bike from this point. Alright, so this is supposed to be the 500 mile review, but I had to end up reshooting it, so we're actually at about 567 miles. Not a big deal. Just want to talk about the bike a little bit. I wanted to give kind of a real world review for somebody who bought it and uses it as a commuter and just about everything else. So I'm going to start with the things that I don't like about the bike, because that is the shortest list. And basically what it boils down to is I would like reduced charge times, but there is additional chargers that you can buy, or like the charge tank, which is a dealer option, which can reduce the charge time significantly. But as it stands, the bike is just the base DSR with the basic cord that plugs in, so it takes about 8 hours for a full charge. I have gotten the bike down to about 10% at the lowest, and that took just shy of 8 hours to get it back up to 100%, which in the grand scheme of things is not that bad. But I'd like to start taking it on longer trips. The longest trip I've taken it on so far is just shy of 70 miles in a single ride, and that's what took me down to 10%. The 70 miles was done mostly on the freeway, so I was doing between 60 to 65 miles an hour. Yeah, I got a good 70 miles out of it for 90% of battery, really. And that about wraps up what I wish could be better. So basically, if I get around to buying additional chargers or maybe the charge tank, obviously that'll bring the charge times down dramatically, almost down to 2 hours if I have it fully stacked and accessorized. The things that I love about the bike is the aesthetics. This bike is absolutely gorgeous. One thing I should tell you is when I was originally shopping around for a motorcycle, it originated because I wanted an original or an electric vehicle. I had a lease for 2 years and I loved it during the lease, turned it in. Had my eye on the Model 3, but Elon Musk is a busy man, so that is going to take quite a while to release. So instead of waiting the 1.5 to 2 years before they start rolling them out, I got turned on to the Zero motorcycle line by my buddy Sam, which you can check out his blog in the description below. And basically, I was pretty convinced I was going to get the SR, but Triumph in Seattle was the closest dealer to me, and they had the DSR in stock on the showroom floor, so I figured I'd go and ride it, see if I liked it. And at that point, I was still pretty sure I was going to ride the DSR, but end up placing an order for the SR. As you can see by the black tank, this is the DSR. I did ride it, fell in love with it, and definitely made my decision to stick with it, and it has not disappointed me since. It is really comfortable on the asphalt. Like I said, I rode basically 70 miles on the freeway straight. Definitely no aches, no fatigue. Very, very confident and comfortable the entire time. The suspension off-road is I would say, very confident. There are some times where maybe it feels like the factory settings might be a tad bit soft, but definitely able to handle the terrain that I've taken it on. On some of the tighter, slower trails, obviously the weight becomes an issue. So I'm not sure if ultimately the limiting factor is my lack of skill, because basically the 570 miles that I have on this bike is the extent of my riding experience. I have not ever owned a gas bike or previously rode a motorcycle at all, even regularly or not, outside of the motorcycle safety class that I took to get endorsed to buy this thing. So I don't have a significant point of reference when comparing gas bikes to electric bikes, but that's not what this review is about. It's strictly about the Zero DSR itself, the things that I like and the things that I don't like. What else can I tell you? The charging has been really reliable, really consistent. The projected range, I did want to talk about that a little bit. The projected range seems to be adapting and learning based on how I ride the bike. So if, let's just say on Monday, I'm riding in sport the entire time and I'm really wailing on it, and the range gets depleted. When I charge the bike back up to 100%, if I was to get back on it on Tuesday and put it in eco mode, the range would start, fairly significantly low, maybe 65 miles projected range, as an example. And as I'm riding in eco mode and I put a few miles on it, you can actually see the range start to climb, up to over 90 miles in some cases. So basically, it factors in not only the modes, but how much energy output you're using, the speeds that you're taking, the energy output, the regen, obviously. But basically what I'm just trying to get at is it's constantly analyzing. It doesn't just give you a hard number and kind of go, oops, I guessed wrong. It's constantly learning and adjusting. So that's pretty cool. The instrument cluster is really intuitive. It gives you, virtually all the information I could think of. It gives you projected range, the battery life that's remaining. It's giving you a tripometer. It gives you an odometer. You can see the power output and the regen that's happening at any given time. Obviously your mile an hour. Even throwing a clock. And when you're recharging, even when the bike is off and recharging, it'll display a little estimate as to how long it's going to take to charge the bike fully, right above the battery symbol. So basically, if you don't bother with turning on the app on your smartphone that pairs to this bike, you can at a quick glance see how much time is left for the charge to complete. The bike feels really confident, really stable. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of riding experience, but the bike definitely makes me feel comfortable and confident in the ride itself. And I've ridden, in fairly cold temperatures down to about 32 degrees, and today is the warmest. So it's probably, about 65 degrees right now. But the characteristics of the handling remain true. The suspension seems well fitted to transition from asphalt to anything from gravel, dirt, mud, loose rocks. I've taken on a fair assortment of conditions. Let's see, what else would I want to know about? Ultimately, very happy with my purchase. Zero regrets. And I don't know, it's definitely quick. Again, I don't really have a point of reference, but I can tell you, definitely tickles my jimmies. The sound. Let's talk about the sound, okay? Because a lot of people are like, oh, electric bikes are quiet, it takes away all the fun, and you know, I've got to be able to hear my bike. Well, let me tell you, the Zero is not absolutely silent. It does have a sound. I mean, I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but I mean, the sounds that come out of this thing are fascinating. They're addicting. I will find myself watching my own videos at home when I'm not riding just to hear my bike, because I miss the sound of it when I'm not on it. Okay, oh, we're gonna be stuck here for a minute. Just missed the light. The brakes are nice and solid. They have ABS on the bike. I'm not sure if it's just the front or if it's the front and the rear. I have tried to lock up the rear on the dirt and the gravel. I have not been able to successfully lock the rear, so I'm not sure if that's a lack of braking force or if they have ABS on the rear. I couldn't tell you. I'm not familiar with that. But the front definitely does have ABS. I've never been able to lock them up. Not that I willingly wanted to, but I have experimented with some pretty ample braking force, and it definitely stays composed. I don't know. The top speed is projected at 98. I may or may not have hit that on a closed course or a safe condition at least, but that's not really important. What's important is the bike is awesome. It's stable. It's reliable. It is fun. Everybody should have Zeros. So if you don't have a DSR or an SR or an S or a DS or an FX or an FXS, you definitely need to go out and get one. These bikes are amazing. I have been riding this back and forth to work basically the entire month of March, because I bought it on March 5th, and I've been loving it ever since. So let's get this guy off my back here. The extended rides have been cool. I have also, you know, taken it on fire access roads and a little bit of trail work. And I mean, everything I've thrown at it, it's just handled like a champ. Never left me, you know, disappointed in my decision to get the bike. I'm definitely excited to go on more adventures. I'm actually going to go exploring now that I have the bike. Go to places I've never been, you know, just get out there and explore. I mean, when they said max adventure on the DSR, it was for a good reason. So that is about all that I can think of at the moment. I hope that you have enjoyed watching. I hope that you find this informative. And if you have any questions or comments, please post it below, and I will be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching.